Hello and welcome to Audio Adventures. This is a D&D 5th edition podcast that is made by friends, with friends, and for friends. And if you clicked on us, buckle up. It's going to be a crazy magic carpet ride for you and me. This podcast is used by my nerdy friends and I to escape our lives for a time and act out some pretty ridiculous scenarios. And we are so glad to have you here. A couple things before we start. Our group loves the rule of cool, so I'm sure we will get rules wrong. So if we do, please feel free to tell us in a kind fashion down in the comments. Also, if you want to contribute to the fantastical world of Seblos where this campaign takes place, please make a comment and you may be seeing that kobold cleric in the very near future, along with your name in the show as well. Now, please grab a seat and some popcorn, and let's meet our Wandering Vanguard. Audio Adventures is a D&D 5th edition homebrewed podcast and may deal with triggering themes at times. Viewer discretion is advised. Trigger warnings can be found in the description.
Previously on the Wandering Vanguard.
It's like, hey, have you guys seen Ekman around?
I haven't seen him all day long. He said he was going out to do something, and he hasn't come back since. Why? Is there something wrong?
I was wondering if there's anywhere I could go to water my cherry blossoms.
You see a greenhouse towards the back of the property. You recognize this to be Tavis's mother, Fainara, Soldecked. Ooh, Duck, dear. A watering can floats above your head. The cherry blossoms on your back were a little less tended to than the ones on the front.
All I know is I was created by someone who uses magic. I'm just gonna ask her what's a mother and what's a father.
It's also sort of like your cherry blossoms. You care for those, and they grow. The way I understand love is more or less like gardening. You are the seed. Someone who loves you can water you and help you grow, and tend to you, and you can help tend to them, and it's sort of a back and forth taking care of one another. And that's where we begin.
No, we don't have to play this out, but can Tavis sneak out in the night and go to the adult bookstore?
Yeah. Let's do that after 2, okay?
Okay.
2, you exit the inn as the others go down to have their man chat in the sauna. And you remembered that Fainara's shop is in old Astrazalia. And you make your way over there. Evens or odds?
Odds.
Alright. You walk all the way over to old Astrazalia. You see Tyrion's blacksmithy, and you see the crystal petal. Tyrion's is dark, but you see the crystal petal is a light with lights on the inside that seem to glow and just kind of float back and forth. You walk up to the door, and do you go inside? And you open the door, and there's a little ding, ding, ding. You hear Fainara's voice from the back. Oh, I'm sorry, Recluse. I think I forgot. And she comes out, a small little globule of whitish, yellowish light following over her head, kind of shining down on her, casting like a top-down hair light. And she stops and she says, "Oh, Tomb, I didn't know that you would take me up on my offer quite so quickly. But you are welcome. If you don't mind locking the door as you come on in."
I do so.
Yeah, you lock it easily. And she motions you to follow her into her back room. And she walks into the back room.
Okay. I walk, or I follow her.
You walk past the counter. There's like a little wooden partition that has been flipped up from the counter, and you follow her into the back, and you see there are cabinets. It's more of a longer room than a wider room.
Okay.
And you see there are several tables along the left-hand wall where there are several sort of vases, like that scene from Howl's Moving Castle with Sophie's hat shop,
Oh, okay.
where there's like a long wooden table bench, and except for hats, it's a bunch of vases with flowers. And then on the right-hand side, there's cabinets and cabinets full of dried out sort of plants, and then vases and just any other things that are miscellaneous.
Mm-hmm.
And she hops back up onto a tall stool, and you see she and the globule is like just has been staying with her, and there are like about 3 other ones just kind of floating around lazily, giving her light wherever she looks. She looks back.
Feel free to come on over. I'm getting prepared for tomorrow. Making some holistic ointments for some of my older customers.
And she's pointing to like sort of like the ointments that you see her making with some of the plants like aloe, lavender. You see some oils on the side, and you see vases as well.
Okay.
She's just grabbing handfuls of several different types of plants and combining them, crushing some of them together, putting them in smaller containers. And as she is working, one of the containers that she was almost done with, she closes, and then she places her hand over and she closes her eyes, and you see the light in her hand sort of pulse again, and the container alight with energy, and then settle back down. And then she places it off to the side, and then starts again. And she looks up and over as like she knows like what her movements are for this exact process, as she's done it a lot, it looks like.
It's like second nature.
Oh yeah. And she looks up as she's doing this and says,
Is there something you want to talk about, or do you just want to help me, or do you just want to stand there and have me as company?
I start writing in my notebook, and I tell her, is there a specific place that I could put the ointments when you're done, like to help her package them or place them where she needs them or whatnot?
She reads, and a globule like floats above your journal, illuminating your words. And she reads them, finishing a second one as she finishes the paragraph, and she looks over and sets it off to the side delicately.
Oh, where can you put them? I suppose, if you go over and
she looks over your shoulder to the left of you.
there is a large basket over there, that is filled with just, blankets. You can take the blankets out and put the ones that I finish in there, and then they'll be ready for me to pass out tomorrow.
I nod and then go get the basket.
Right, you can grab the basket and come back over to the left side of her and start to grab the ointment. She says, "Oh, hold on." And she turns your hand over delicately and places the ointment on top of it, and she says,
These lids are very untrustworthy, so you make sure you grab them from the bottom, okay?
I nod.
She nods back and says,
Thank you, dear.
So I just continue delicately putting the ointments in the basket when she's done with them.
You spend some time just in silence as she is continuing this process. And as she gets about 10 of them finished, she finishes the last one and then sets it off to the side. And then instead of setting it on the counter, she sets it in the basket for you. And then turns around on her pivot stool and says, "All right. Now I think Mrs. Jenkins will be thoroughly happy instead of having a question or two for me in the morning. What else do I have to do? Oh, dear, I can take..." And she takes the basket from you and sets it on the counter. Is there anything else you wanted to speak to me about?
I start writing in my journal and ask her if she's seen Ackman.
Ekman. Oh, your tiefling friend.
I nod.
Has she seen Ekman? Let's see. Today was a bit of a busy day. I haven't really left the shop besides, going back to water the greenhouse for a while. Most of my time is really taken up in here. Do I need to ask around for your dear friend? I'm sure that some other people probably would have seen him. He is a bit ostentatious.
I look at her for a minute and I shake my head no, and then I write in my book, "Thank you for your time." And then I start to leave.
Oh, no problem. If you want to just, spend more time, let me know.
I nod.
Alright, have a good day, Tomb, or night, I guess. My days are flip-flopped.
So then once I leave, I will go back to the garden and sit, and then send Talon up to look around for Ackman.
Can you make a, I'll let you either do an investigation or a perception check with, Talon.
I'll do perception.
Alright. Go ahead and roll.
17.
You summon Talon out of your little side cavernous area, and you hear the little and he lands on your shoulder. Looks up, kind of turns his head around 360, and then brings it back. And then starts flying up. And you see sort of like, do you go into Talon as he flies?
Mm-hmm.
You sit down on the ground around all of the plants, looking at the now dark bed and breakfast, only some windows spotted up with light during the final part of the day. And Talon goes up. And flying up and above the bed and breakfast, you start to see old Astrazelia is dark. You see sort of like lantern lights dotting the roads. And then once you get high enough to reach New Astrazelia, it is so bright. And you fly on over in that direction. And there are
And actually, Tavis, around this time, you'd probably be coming out. So do you want to be sneaky or not?
I'm going to be as sneaky as I can.
All right. Roll a stealth check.
Nat 20.
Okay. Never mind. Talon, as he's flying, is a little preoccupied looking for a tiefling rather than just another elf among the crowd. And you fly over the flea market, seeing that the tents are just seem to be still just always up, never taken down, that the stalls there are just kind of semi-permanent. And that some of the owners of the tents even use it as their house. Especially that dirty one that you bought the converted arm from. You see him just sleeping in a pile of his own junk he sells.
Forgot I bought that.
Yeah. You fly over Merle's magic stuff. And as you fly over it, you get this really rank smell for like half a second. And then as you like get away from it, it's fine. But it was a really rank smell.
Like dead body type smell?
Yeah.
Can I circle back?
You want to circle back?
Yeah.
You circle back in the area, and the smell just hits you again.
Uh-huh.
And it's disgusting. You were there a while ago, like not that long ago, and no one else smelled it. Not you, not your party. It didn't smell like that before. And you see...
Can I have Talon investigate a little bit?
1 second. I'm having someone knock on my door.
Hey there, everyone. I thought I would take this opportunity in our show to do some catching up. Some announceroonies, some talkies, even. Just to remind you all of our social medias, you can find us on Twitter, Audio Adventures at the username AudioAdventure2. Why 2, you ask? Well, number 1 was taken. Ayy. We are also on Facebook and Instagram. We have also set up a Ko-Fi. We had a couple comments made at us about being able to support us a bit with that good green juice that the world just seems to run on. So, if you're feeling generous towards us, that would be one of the avenues to help us grow and to encourage us as the artist as well. Another avenue to help us thrive and grow is to share and tell your friends about us. We are one of the many, many, many D&D podcasts out there, so we are ecstatic whenever someone wants to listen to us play D&D. We don't spend any money to advertise this show, so your support means that much more to us. And since there are more of us now, here is our Wandering Vanguard.
Well, I am Zach, and I will be playing Tavis, who is an Eladrin sorcerer. The only interesting fact that I can think of for him is that his last name is just, Elvish for owl, because he likes owls.
I'm Trevor. I am playing the character Nyx with burning red eyes. Nyx with burning red eyes. And his last name is Bright. He was born into a noble family, hence the actual last name, as he is a changeling artificer. Changelings don't normally have last names, they normally just have hyphenated names.
Hello there. My name is Tibril Darrow. I am a half-elf man from the town of Owlton. I am what you might call a soul knife. And before I get too far, let me explain what a soul knife is. A soul knife is someone who can summon a weapon that is bound to our soul. I used to have a longsword like my father, but now it's a glaive with etchings of flowers throughout the whole thing. Along with being able to summon the glaive, I'm able to use my mind to connect to the soul of others, to communicate and help in battle. Our friend Tomb, not being able to speak, but I'm able to connect to his soul and kind of get a general idea of what he's thinking and what he would say. Along with all that, my mom always said I had a golden glow to me, which I didn't really understand until now to be literal. our soul's power shows through our bodies as different colors. I've never met another soul knife besides my father, so I don't know where he learned it. My mom and I lived in a town called Allerton. But before I get too very much into that, my mom was a very sick woman. We lost a lot of money and resources trying to find a cure, but nothing worked. My father left to find something to help her, and he never returned. That was when I was 8. I'm 25 now. Once I became a teen, I started working at the local apothecary. My father was a medic, master with blades and medicine, and I wanted to be like that. Medicine and plants, it's always been fascinating to me. I have my dad's journal here, and one day while looking through, I found something that I wasn't really expecting. I found out the book was only half filled, but the last page talked about this plant called the golden snapdragon. But apparently it's a plant of legend that can cure any known disease. The only other thing that's on these pages are 2 places, Maastrichton and Chanbu, and I think this is where he thought they were, which makes sense with how rare it is. That'd be in 2 of the hardest countries to get into. I haven't been to either of these places, but it's the only lead I got. And one day we were raided by goblins, and then this a group of adventurers came up. They helped clear the goblins away, and they even helped save a lot of people that day. They invited me to come along on the adventure. This is the only chance I had to find my dad. But before I left, my mom gave me a couple things. But she pulled out a cape, a long purple cape with 2 golden pauldrons on the side. It fit perfectly, like it was made to fit me. Then she also gave me her wedding ring. Told me to if I find Dad, tell it to get his butt home. Now I have three things I have to do. I have to find my dad, find the golden snapdragon, and make it home alive. Because if I don't, my mother will kill me.
So my name's Emma, and I'm gonna explain to you what my character looks like and everything because he actually can't talk. So his name is Toon. He is a Warforged necromancer, and he kind of got his voice box ripped out, and so he can't speak. All he does is screech occasionally. He does write in a little notebook, so that's how he communicates most of the time. And he is covered in cherry blossoms, and he has a giant gash in the middle of his torso where he hides his familiar Talon and some skulls and some other miscellaneous things. And yeah, he is silver with 2 green bands around each arm, and he has blue eyes. And that's pretty much it.
My name is Redguest. I am but a simple tabaxi who lives within others' means. I never knew my parents, but the Order of the Ghost Slayers made up for that. They taught me how to fight with honor as one of their esteemed blood hunters. My mercenary work taught me how to value my own life. These 2 paths have coiled into a journey of broken love and pointless purchases, where I now find myself with the Wandering Vanguard. I have no doubt they will be able to help me on my current mission.
And I think that's about it. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. And the next one will be up for all of you next Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See ya!
I really hope Ekman's not dead.
I don't think anyway. Tyrrell talked to him like a few seconds ago. Not a few seconds, a few minutes ago. Through
Okay,
Cindy.
hopefully he's good.
Yeah. I got one more sending today, so I figured before Tyrrell passes out, he's gonna call him.
Okay.
Okay, what? I have been served chicken. So,
Ooh.
1 second. Let me just put it over the side. Okay. What was being said?
Oh, we were just discussing that we hope Ekman's not dead.
Oh, right. Because he's gone. Okay, yeah, but it did not smell like that a couple hours ago when you were just there. You see the purple stone floating building and the slight fireworks that are still going on. You circle back. What are you doing?
I circle back and lower, fly a little bit lower to see if I can see anything out of the ordinary.
circle around.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of there was like a window out in front that was kind of showcasing actually the robe that you got when you were there, the astral robe was what it was called.
Robe of Stars.
Robe of Stars is what you bought. And now the mannequin is dressed in a different robe, seemingly. This one, orange.
Ooh.
And kind of hop up in the window and kind of fly around. And it looks dark, like nothing's happening in there. And you see like a faint work light over in a room off to the left.
So I'm assuming there's a window there?
And you can fly around. And there is indeed a window there, and you peek in and you see in between like the shutters, because the shutters weren't all the way closed. You see hunched over a table with goggles and a workman's sort of apron tied around him is a familiar small elven man with red hair tied behind his back, working over a table on a long sword with his hands emanating sort of a purple magic.
Can I like pinpoint where the smell's coming from?
I would say for this one it would be an investigation check.
Okay.
Ooh, it's barbecue chicken.
I rolled a 15.
Okay, so with a 15, you can smell that the smelly that one. It's not as smelly around this window or the front.
Okay.
But as you like kind of dive to the bottom, where you can probably guess there is a opening to go into the basement underground.
Okay.
The smell intensifies.
Can I go into the basement?
So with how this building works, it is floating up and down.
Oh.
And you see that underneath of it looks like there's no basement, but you saw him come up from a basement yesterday in game. Or today actually. In game today. And you can probably guess that they're connected inside of the building, but on the outside, for security's sake, it's just the ground.
Is there a way I can get in, or can I only get in from the inside?
You look around. You can't find a way to get in from the outside to the basement. You could probably try to get his attention.
Or I could see if one of the windows are unlocked and sneak in.
You want to try to do that?
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I just want to make sure Ekman's not dead in his basement, that's all.
Alright.
But if I find something else, then I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You know, sometimes it be like that.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Maybe he's gonna make an Ekman suit. I think
that's so
Peter,
terrible.
don't cry. I could feel it.
I know, I can feel it too. Oh no!
Can evens or odds? Would you still like odds, or would you like another thing? Evens or odds?
Evens.
Alright. You fly around. And it seems the dice gods are on your side tonight, because you get up
to the opposite side of the building, and you see he has left one of his windows wide open.
Can I sneakily fly through?
Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Okay. Unnatural 20.
All right, Talon flies in and and he sees that an inner door is also open, and he does like a sort of dive barrel roll where he like dives through, closes in his wings, and like an owl bullet, he's just in.
That's so cool.
And you're in like and you're in the main sort of space now, just silently.
Can I make my way to the basement door?
You see that the basement door is cracked open from before, that he never fully shut it. So you make your way over there?
Yep.
Alright. Are we about to... Wait, okay. What's our... I'm gonna pull up
I have
Roll20.
a bad feeling about this.
You don't need to get on Roll20. I'm just gonna get on Roll20 for my own sake.
Okay.
Because I have it... I made a map for it. Just in case you guys wanted to just immediately skip and just do the thing. Raoul's already there. All by myself. Yeah, Roll20 if you want to sponsor audio adventures, that would be highly appreciated. Aw, Roll, you've been here for hours? That makes me really sad, actually. I'm sorry. Where did... Okay. What the... Okay. Okay, cool. So, Talon kind of like flies over silently. Oh, can you see this already, Roll? Oh, I did drag you over to this. Cool. Yeah, I made you guys cute little tokens. You can see that as you like fly down past the door, remind myself where we just were. So you like kind of peck open the door and you fly down the stairway down, the stone stairs. You kind of feel through Talon to the temperature change, where it goes from like the warm interior of a house to the downstairs.
Oh yeah.
And it gets like colder and colder and it feels almost cavernous. And you come out into a very large open sort of like, it is there's gray tiled floor, and it's more of a longer rather than wider room. There are 2 sets of tables in the middle of the room, spaced out from each other with red carpets. Along the long side of the wall, the farthest side of the wall away, about 70 feet away, is a roaring fireplace that kind of helps with the temperature, but
Yeah.
it's really cold still. And there are bookcases along the side hanging on the wall. Talon flies into this room, kind of like going around, and he sees 2 slightly open doors. One right next to the other, except they're going in opposite directions. Do you want to go up, or do you want to go to the left?
Can I pinpoint if the smell is coming from either of those rooms more, like, if there's a stronger scent coming from either one of them?
You can kind of tell that the smell is all over.
You said up or to the left?
Yeah.
I'll go up.
Up? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of squeezes his way through this heavy, thick, sturdy door, And do owls have dark vision?
Check. Yes. 120
cool.
feet worth.
Nice. That's great. So he sees down this. Talon sees down this hallway. It's only about 50 feet long, but it's just a long, dark, dank hallway. Where along the side there's tapestries to make it look a little more friendly, but this place just seems right now unlit. It's just kind of creepy. Dank. Not lit though. Yeah, you're right. And as you fly about 37.9 feet down, as the arrow told me, there is a fork in the hallway where you can go again left or continue up.
Oh gosh. Does it feel like the scent is getting weaker?
No, it got worse. You headed into this hallway, the smell just kind of felt like it doubled.
Can I sense which path in the fork would be better to take?
Want to roll an insight check with your owl stats?
Sure.
That's a wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. Ooh.
They do say owls are wise, so...
I rolled a 10. That's not great.
You're not sure which way to go.
Man.
You do see down the hallway that you're in right now as he's just kind of hovering. I will say that he hears... There are sounds kind of all over, kind of like there's little rodent sounds, like kind of like scattering, like...
Okay.
Off to the left. And then to straight, there is another door that seems to be a little bit more shut, but he might be able to make it through.
We'll go towards the other door.
Okay. As you make your way, let's say give me a dexterity check for this one to see how well he can make it through.
Okay.
Without ruining his natural 20 stealth.
Uh-oh. 7. Oh, this is gonna be bad. I can see the way he either can get through the door or he can't get through the door.
So, he comes up to this sturdy-looking door, and it's sort of like, and you urge him to go forward, and he's like, and goes forward, and you just hear from your side, sitting in the garden, just scratches as he's and a lot of wriggling sounds and feathers going flap, 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 all of those just scratching, and there's a little as he finally gets through.
And then he actually gets through?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He could have made it through to begin with.
But because I see.
Yeah, it took a little effort. It just wanted to see how well you can make it through without ruining your natural 20.
Right.
So, but as you make it through and all of the sounds that's making Tomb cringe on the inside calm down, it all goes silent. And even the mice sound from behind the door that you can kind of hear stopped. And it's silent. In this room, you see, it's a rather large room. It's about at the door. It's about 70 feet to the other side of the wall, and about 50 feet down for the hallway again. And as you look into the room, you see several workbenches, all with
presumably experiments that had to have been given up on due to whatever is happening down here. Do you go further into the room?
Yeah.
Okay. You go a little bit further into the room, and for when you go further into the room, you can see everything. Immediately what you see to the left is a large cavernous opening in the wall that seems to have been broken in from the other side. And that leads deeper and darker into the void. And as you look up and over, there's just remnants of like broken wall just kind of everywhere, like something exploded through from the other side. And all of the three desks that are closest to it kind of have items laying on the top of the desk that seem to be just have been broken due to the fact that they were so close to the impact of the wall.
Okay.
And you look over and you see 4 load-bearing stone pillars in the middle of the room. And then looking over, you see more desks, but chests on top, and then a bed as well that seems to have been left in a hurry.
And that's everything that's in the room?
There's a desk next to the bed and another 2 chests, but that's about what you see when you come in.
Can I see through the hole in the wall, or is it just black?
The hole in the wall looks to be sort of like a circular tunnel made, and it does go deeper. You could go into it.
Can I sense the smells coming from there? Like, stronger?
The smell does intensify.
Okay, I send Talon through. A little more cautious, though.
I'm gonna have to have a new stealth check.
Okay.
Because you're trying to get him to be more stealthy than he was last
Got it. Whew. Dice, don't fail me now. Oh. Well, I rolled a 5.
Right. Cool. So,
Uh-oh.
So you send Talon in. Into this sort of large cavernous hole. You can tell Talon's a little freaked out.
Ooh.
As you're sending him further and further in to scout what's happening ahead. As a phase spirit, he doesn't really get freaked out too much, but he's a little shuddery as he's continuing ahead.
Okay.
And you see that the 10-foot wide tunnel kind of opens up immediately into a massive sort of cavern that seems to have been carved out by something pretty recently. And it smells foul in here.
Ooh.
And you look around and you see on the walls there are little dots of white. And as you get closer, you realize it's maggots.
Ooh.
Crawling on the wall up and down. And then on the floor, there's several different types of worm. Just kind of crawling in different directions. And then as you continue further in, there's you come up to a wall, and you can either go to the right or to the left.
Is there anything else in the room besides the maggots and the worms?
You look down and you see that there is a carcass
of a large rodential creature. Sort
Rodent
of
of unusual
rodent-esque.
size.
Yeah, rodent of unusual size.
Okay.
And it's brown. And it, for some reason, it had a little messenger bag around it.
Is the messenger bag kind of intact?
Kind of, but it's been ripped, like it's been. How do I explain it? The bag itself is kind of ripped up, but like the strap around the rodent creature is fine.
Can I check to see if there's still any contents in the messenger bag?
You can land. You'll have to dig series of worms and maggots that are in the process of eating this creature.
Oh gosh. Yeah, let's do that. Then Talon will have some snacks.
Talon lands and chomps a couple of the maggots, eating them, and you hear a little as he eats each and every one of them. And then eventually the worms kind of get the memo and kind of inch off a little bit more, letting the owl do its thing. And you can see that this creature had a small notebook and remnants of bread.
Can I have Talon grab the notebook?
Yep. The notebook looks to be handmade.
Ooh.
And yeah, you have a little notebook.
And can I tell if this is the source of the smell or not?
This is one of the sources.
Oh, there's more? Oh gosh. Okay.
You can tell that this smell that you're smelling right now is just kind of adding to it.
Can I have Talon flip open the notebook? Because I kind of want to read it if I can.
What was your perception check from before again?
Oh gosh, I think it was wait. No, the dex was a 10. No, the dex was a 5. I think it was 10.
Okay.
Was it?
So, Talon, as he is flipping over this notebook, and you get pretty invested in it, doesn't notice. What is Talon's AC?
11.
A 21 to hit.
Uh-oh.
As suddenly you were just starting to read the first part of the page that said something like where are we? Everything goes dark. And Talon goes
That was a perfect sound. Oh no.
and you're now sitting back in the garden. From what you saw, you could have sworn that Talon just got ate.
Like he was eaten?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And that was this episode of Audio Adventures. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and most of all, please share to get out the word so we can share our story with you and keep doing what we're doing. If you have an idea for an NPC, a shop, or even an encounter, please comment down below. You might be seeing any of those in the next session or maybe even the upcoming sessions. Again, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next week. Please stay safe, everyone, and wear those seatbelts.